On today's episode, we're going to get on a plane, travel to Wilhelmshaven, Germany, and learn all about a company named JPTR FX, right? Isn't that what we did here?
Well, we didn't really have the money to fly there.
Oh, so. The budget cut.
Yeah.
So we did like a call and learned. Yeah, that okay. So we're gonna learn about JPTR FX. Yeah, it's the same. Going there and the phone, same thing. Let's do it. JPTR FX was founded in 2016 by Chris JPTR, a.k.a. Christian Lesnish. Is that right?
That was good.
I nailed it. In his own words, he changed his name because his real German name is...
boring as hell.
He also said this.
I lived a few years in Berlin to explore my creativity side, and I start to paint and all that, and I need an artist name. So I choose Chris JPTR because the Jupiter is for like passion and art, and like the Mars is for war stuff and all that, and Venus is love. It's like Jupiter is creativity and passion.
Chris initially got into pedals as a teenager when he borrowed some records from his big sister. Ironically, one of the albums was from a band called Big Sister. You can't make this up. This is in-depth journalism. He also borrowed Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, and like every other teenager in the 90s, he wanted to be Kurt Cobain. He started and got into some death metal bands, grunge bands, but eventually he realized the sounds that he loved wasn't really guitars or things like that. It was the pedals at his feet. Like all people in a death metal band, he eventually moved on to grunge, the far superior music.
Sick burn!
And he started tinkering and building pedals. Now, as he was playing some of this loud, obnoxious music in his home, his neighbors absolutely hated it. And he even had some friends. You know, friends can be really difficult. They told him, hey, pedals are for stupid, dumb people who don't know how to play guitar. And then he very eloquently said, in a Shakespeare-like manner,
Yeah, you don't have to if you sound cool. No one needs a Marshall full stack, but it's freaking cool. That's the thing. And music is about enjoying cool things, not like the right things or the technical right things.
Like all of us who started tinkering with pedals, it eventually turned into a business and consumed his life. Now, 5 years later, his girlfriend builds pedals, his mom does paperwork, and they have 40 pedal days. That's a huge deal for a company like this. So I'm really excited to show these. I love how they look. I love what he's all about. Let's make some noise. First up is the Fernweh. That's what I say as an American. I think it's actually Fernweh. Is that correct?
Something like that.
Fernweh? Fernweh? German words are hard. This is a delay pedal. What I like about this, first and foremost, is it is overwhelming. There is a theme throughout JPTR FX line which says this: you want a simple pedal? Don't buy our pedal. That's your new motto. You can have that. Chris, totally. Print it on a shirt. Because there's a lot of knobs. There are some mysteries when you look down at this pedal, and I think that it encourages wandering around the settings. That name actually means wanderlust. We're gonna wander around the settings here. I think it's a 2399 delay, which is the karaoke chip, and he took a very strange approach to designing this. I'll let him explain it.
If you try to develop a clean delay, you search for the parts to make it cleaner, but no one thought about what if I don't do it cleaner?
One thing I love about this is holding this switch allows this infinite chaos sustain mode. It's kind of wild. It's like there's the delay pedal aspect, but when you hit this, it's like something comes up from inside of it. It's like there's this suppressed thing that happens, you know, and it's really strange. Like as I was playing that, I started thinking about 4th, 5th grade. There was this bully. His name was Josh. He was really mean. Joshua James, if you're out there. One time he pushed me on a slide at the playground. It's kind of how that feels. Like it's like it comes up, you know? You're not thinking about it. And
You okay, man?
yeah, it's fine. Next up is the Warlow or Warlow. I don't know. And that rhymed, and that's totally fine. This is a version of the Big Muff, and most specifically, the Op Amp version 5. This is a 78 here. It's seen better days, you know. I like the throwback look here. This is really brutal. So here's what I'm gonna do. I don't play death metal, but I know what's in it. You know, I know the heart of it. I can find that place in myself. I'm gonna tune that top string down to A and just gonna go to town. Warlow. There's also, is there that series True Blood? There's like a vampire fairy. Is he, what was it? Macklin Warlow. If you're watching, vampire fairy named Warlow. Yeah.
Do you watch True Blood?
I've never seen a single episode. Was heavy. That's the heaviest thing you'll probably ever hear me play. I really like this. It is the IC Big Muff, but it's adjusted and it has some uniqueness to it. It has a lot of mid-range, and that's really fun. One thing that's cool is I back the volume off on the guitar a little bit, and as I strike a note, it just squeals. It howls. It cries. You might say it cries. It's like a suppressed scream of agony. Like a cry, like it's almost like you get off the bus, you know, and you're walking home and this person's messed with you all day and you're exhausted and you're a kid and you don't, and your mom's working, your dad's at work. There's nobody to talk to. So you just cry down the driveway. You just scream. You scream into the trees. It's fine. Just, you let it out, you know? This pedal lets it out, I guess.
Are you sure you're okay?
I feel good. I feel pretty good. Next up is the Jive. According to Chris, who is a wordsmith, spelling this backwards is evil. Jive backwards equals evil. I'm not, whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna jam on it. Now this replicates the sound of a 70s Akai tape machine that he really likes. And what happens with these old tape machines is you can plug your guitar in or whatever, vocals, and you can use the preamp and it will distort. It's really nice. Some of these tape machines have tube sections for that preamp. Some are solid state with transistors, I believe this is. And he emulated that sound of a driven tape machine being used as a distortion device. This is the tamest pedal, like in the dirt category I've seen by Jupiter. I would say it's an overdrive distortion. It's really fun. All kinds of ways to mess with it. I'm also going to add back in the Fernweh. I keep trying. We're going to let's see what happens. That jam was really fun. Just that part, it's like the kick. It's like the kick drum. It made me think about like trying to bang down a door, you know, like you're trapped. Like if you're trapped inside something somewhere you don't want to be. I hated school. Never had any real friends. Everybody was always better than me. I hated it. Just always felt trapped, you know. It was stupid. I don't use anything I learned at school. It was pure hell, basically. I just never could beat the door down, you know. I never could get out of it. I still feel like, honestly, I feel trapped right now. Like I'm fine. You know, it's also this is a good selling pedal or whatever. They do well with this. I think Chris said something about it in the call. I don't know. Let him take it over.
I find it very funny that a nice, very nice, good, and clean booster is our best-selling pedal.
Next up is my favorite JPTR FX pedal. I got this several years ago. I don't actually know how long they've been making it, but I ended up trading something for something and ended up with this something. It is a reverb pedal. It is very, very not normal. Not predictable, but a lot of fun. Basically, you can hold this for a sustaining reverb feedback loop, and you can kill the dry signal for a full wet signal, but it is a lo-fi, really amazing, crazy reverb. Now, there's a trick in here that's really fun, and he takes this from the idea of verbing out a sound, but the distortion and compression of your amplifier is actually on the output of your verbs if they're pedals. So he went ahead and put that in here. This has some saturation and compression after the reverb. I think that's pretty unique. And here's what he said about that approach right before we jam.
We work a lot with the JFET circuits because I like that style of boosting. And that's my go-to. If I develop something, I put like 3 stages of that boost and put something between and see what happens if I do this. The Kaleidoscope is self-developed, and I'm very proud of that. If you play it with a band, you don't have a clean amp. There is no clean amp. There's no pedal platform amp. They're all color. The speakers color like 70% of your signal. And if a pedal doesn't work in the band situation, it's useless.
Childhood is so difficult when I think back on it. You're there, you know? You can only do that. Just always so trapped. Everybody's having fun, and I never felt that way, you know? Just trapped inside of that dark place. What is childhood? I don't even think it's a thing. I think it's something that we pushed on ourselves, and our parents had it pushed on them, and now here I am, a father. I have 3 kids. Am I doing it to them? And when I get into this, it's just like, am I breaking my children the way I was broken? I don't know.
Hey, it's okay.
It's fine. Next up is the one in the big, huge box. I have, the others have boxes. This is a bigger box, though. I have the box.
He has the box.
The Silvermachine. He kind of writes like a doctor. I like that. There's some black. It would be black. Twinkle paper. Less talent, more volume. I can get behind that for sure. What do we got? What is this? His business card is a circuit board. Hold on. You can build a fuzz pedal on his actual business card. This is real. This is the best idea ever. Did everybody see this?
See it.
Addison, you want this? You can build. There's I guess they're in every box. Here's the pedal. Here's the sticker. Ooh, this is a family show, so we won't show that sticker. Here's a patch. Who likes patches? Anybody? Yep, there you go. Little eyeballs. There's those little eyeball things. The little googly eyes. You put those on your pedal. There's picks. All right, this is a beautiful pedal. It kind of harkens back to the old school British wedge. I like that. Dual gain stage fuzz. It's wild. Yeah, let's play it. That was a really aggressive sound. This is Chris's favorite of his line. Yeah, it's cool. There's no logos. When he does have a logo, it's just so minimal and understated. And here I am with underwear on my pedals and unicorns and panthers, bottles of milk, toy dinosaurs with a drum, Animaniac Ninja Turtles. It's like I'm living in some version of reality where I imagine I had a good childhood and these are my memories and I had toys. Look at me. I wasn't in pain or anything. It's fine. Childhood was great. Let's play with my Ninja Turtle. Just ignore all the pain that's welling up inside of me. It's totally fine. Next up is Super Weirdo. I have the box.
He has the box.
I have the box to all of them, but this is in the box. Sticky note. Okay! That was exclamation point. That's why I yelled. You never heard this sound before. Super Weirdo. It has eyeballs. There's a lot of eyeballs around here. Yeah. This, I think, has some origins in the Super Fuzz, but it's super weird. It's a super weird Super Fuzz, I think. Weirdo glitch. Time modulation unit. I was super weird in school. Especially when I started getting tall. Everybody else was short. I was tall. Hey, tall boy. Hey, weirdo. You can see on top of the refrigerator. Whatever. Let's move on. Next up is the Tesla Wolf. There's Nikolai Tesla. There's the Tesla Vehicles by Elon Musk. It's a Fuzz. It's like a Swiss Army knife, kind of Overdrive, Distortion, Fuzz. Swiss Army. They're from Germany. It's hard to put something together here. I think I probably need to stop trying and just play it. Yeah.
What does Germany have anything to do with Swiss?
I didn't say they did. I just said, there's like trying to put the threads together, Nick. Okay, not everybody's perfect. That was a good jam, but I'll be the first to critique my own art and just say it kind of fell apart at the end. Sometimes things fall apart. I had this friend one day, I think she was walking on the street trying to make a change, picked up some trash, picking up a can here, a bag here, arms full of trash. Bunch of kids pass by and they start chanting, "Trash girl, trash girl. Trash girl," or was it trash picker upper? Trash picker upper. Every time we try to change anything, someone else is not changing the thing or making it worse. Just like that jam, it fell apart. Anything we try to do falls apart. And it really just stems back to how it all started. We're just kids thrown into a world that is literally spinning on its axis into space. We do not even know if today will keep going.
Let's go to the next one.
Next up and last of these amazing pedals is the Death Saw Noise Terror Grind HM2. There's not a knob. Let me tell you why. It is an HM2 set like the only way people set an HM2, which is all the knobs up, and it's just no knobs, no nonsense, no nothing. I think that's the saying here. I think that's from their website. I don't know anything about Swedish death metal, really. I've said this already in the episode, but this pedal kind of made that genre, and I'm gonna take a stab at just what it feels like to be Nordic plus angry. I don't know what that's like because I'm from the Midwest. It gets cold here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. jam was good, but like the hundreds of jams we've done on this show, it ended. Some would say that jam had to die. Just like when we are born, it literally is the beginning of our end.
Okay.
We are born and immediately time ticks, tocks. The stroke of the hand of the clock is the countdown to an end that is inevitable from our beginning. Everything we are taught, every success, every failure, everything we're good at and bad at
Everyone out.
dies in an end that is inevitable. This is a good pedal, but does it even matter? You know why? Because what are you doing?
Hey, man.
Stop. Untouch me.
Is it okay?
Stop it.
Are you okay?
Everything
Do you want
ends.
some chocolate? Try some chocolate.
Everything ends in the end. Life, death, it's all pointless. It's so stupid. This is good. Oh, wow. It's like this blood sugar thing. I just need to eat. I feel pretty good now. Was I like getting weird?
Yeah, you're making everyone sad.
It's almost lunch. Oh, it's 12:32. I had a late breakfast. Okay, I'm good. Whatever I said, people understand. I just wasn't feeling good. Let's go to record time. Today's record time is brought to you by 2021's The Million Masks of God by Manchester Orchestra. One of my favorite bands. This record is on par and most excellent. I'm a huge fan of Andy Hull, his vocal, his melodies, the way he approaches songs, and just the way this band sounds. This is a band that, to me, there is no one like them. There's no one that sounds like this. A lot of it is the writing, but a lot of it is the production and the way they approach arrangements and just everything about it. I love it. If you're a fan of Manchester Orchestra, in the comments, tell me your favorite record and tell me what you think about this. And if you have not heard this, do yourself a favor, put it on and let me know what you think. Yeah, record time. That's it. I just want to know. It's a good record. Thanks for watching today's episode. Let me know in the comments what your favorite jam was, what your favorite pedal was. Also, just for fun, make sure you eat. Blood sugar is really important. Those plummets are really dark, terrible places. If you have a dark, terrible story from your childhood, drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. I think it's good to know what went wrong in the beginning of our lives that really shaped who we are today in our lives. You now know all about me, so that's horrifying. I just need to know about you, kind of level the playing field. Anyway, hit like if you like this episode, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to get notifications of future episodes. And if you want to jam along with these really dark, broken childhood songs, go to Bandlab. There's a link in the description. You can download the stems and you can sing, you can scream over the music, you can read poetry about how tormented you were as a child. Again, I don't want to spiral. I do need to go eat lunch. Now it's later than it was. The chocolate's not holding. I'm gonna bail right now. I'm leaving. For your good.